What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Yamcast. Today is episode 42. I got that right.
Yes, you did.
All right, episode 42. We were talking in the news today about Triumph going electric and an all-new Grom. Very exciting developments from Honda on the Grom. And then, of course, we're doing the call-in section. This week, we are taking beginner rider purchase questions. This is one of the most common and popular things that I get across everything on Discord and Instagram and everywhere else. People want to ask me, I'm looking at this bike versus this bike. What should I get? Today, we're dedicating 30 minutes or so to answering those questions. And then we've got a beautiful meme contest this week with your Visage providing us with the meme content. It's going to be wonderful. I've seen a couple of the entrants. They're very good.
Yes, they are.
We've got some spicy memes today. So stick around. It's going to be a good one. All right. Spite, lead us off.
All right, diving in. Triumph TE1 electric bike.
Whoa.
Yeah, so this is a new concept.
It's another Daytona.
It's another Daytona. I mean, just look at the tail here.
It's the Daytona subframe.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go to picture in picture so that the people on stream can see here. But yeah, that is the Daytona subframe.
Yeah.
Just pure and simple.
I've said it once and I'll say it again. They made a perfect sport bike and they're just going to keep using it for the next couple of decades.
Yeah, they just don't want to make a different motorcycle here. And they're really kind of, it's a weird blend of sport bike and naked bike. It's like a bit of Daytona and a bit of street triple smashed together.
Yeah.
Into one, situation here, because those are definitely street triple eyebrows right there.
I mean that if you squint your eye, you're like, yeah, that's a fat street triple for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, this kind of caught me by surprise. I really didn't see this coming from Triumph.
Mm-hmm.
What do you make of this on your first gut impression?
Well, I watched their video, and the video was like, okay.
Did they have the handsome guy?
No, they didn't have the handsome guy. They had a guy who was a little less well-spoken, or at least less scripted than the handsome guy.
They got some less well-spoken, less handsome man on the Triumph videos?
Yep.
They need to call me. I'm more handsome than that guy.
Hey, maybe he's looking for work.
Maybe, I'll get him on the channel. He'll upstage me.
But basically, they were saying that they were studying how people were using their street triples and their performance naked bikes, because they're trying to make a performance naked bike here. And they're like, people took them out on the weekend. They didn't really commute on them. They were looking for short bursts of good performance. And so they were like, okay, so we're shooting for 120 miles combined in range, which is what Zero claims. And we saw how that panned out. And, with really good, street triple-esque performance.
Okay. That's a fair design brief. I don't know if that's true, though, that people just want to go out and jump out for a quick spurt of performance and then just chunk it back in the garage.
No.
I think people like doing big, long rides. I know you're a big fan of that,
yes,
especially with your group.
I really like doing long rides, big days out on the saddle, because they're a lot of fun. I get to go see a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
I think the main thing that they're saying about this bike, the main thing is that the TE1 will be capable of a 0 to 80% charge in 20 minutes.
Now that's big.
That's a big deal.
That's a big deal, because currently the Zero we have in the shop is 80 minutes to full charge, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and I need 20 minutes. That's a lunch break. For sure, that's a lunch break.
Yeah.
80 minutes is not really a lunch break. 20 minutes is like, stop for some coffee, get a lunch, get a little snack, shoot the shit.
Even
that's
just hop
good.
off the bike at a gas station sometimes with a big group, it might take 20 minutes.
That's true, yeah.
So, this is actually really cool, and they're claiming here some numbers. 220 kilograms, so
450 pounds, something like
400
that.
I think 460 or 480, somewhere between there, if my math checks out. And then 174 brake horsepower.
That's potent.
That's
pretty good.
So, no torque figure, but they're always so torquey.
Yeah. Well, I wonder with the 174 bhp, the top speed is probably pretty good, but electric bikes always struggle a little bit with top speeds.
Yeah.
Not super relevant, but a little important.
Yeah. And I think what's cool about this is that it's probably going to be the first mainstream performance manufacturer to really try and execute a well-done naked style electric bike.
Yes. right now the Zero is the only one that exists, I think.
And they're not really a mainstream
right,
manufacturer,
right. Yeah,
and neither is Energica.
They're not mainstream. Yeah, you think mainstream, you're talking your Big Four, your BMW, your Triumph, your Ducati, that kind of stuff. It would not be inconceivable for me to think by the end of this decade, every one of those manufacturers has an electric bike.
Yeah, Kawasaki was working on a concept for sure. I guess Harley Davidson, if you count them, but the live wires.
Did that really sell? Like, did people buy those?
No, they're committed to it. They say we're committed to our electric offerings, and meanwhile they're still trying to sell a $30,000 e-bike.
Do we have price figures on this or no?
No.
Yeah, it's gonna be pricey, guys. There's no way around that. There's no doubt that this TE1, I would wager like 23,000.
Yes, at least.
Easy for sure.
Look at this frame situation too.
That's pretty cool.
That's a unique setup.
That is, but the bottom half of that frame right there where that hole is, that whole section, that is a Daytona part of frame. No doubt. I know that for a fact. That's a part of a Daytona. The rest of it's different, but
the bottom half is Daytona.
I know a Daytona frame when I see one.
I mean, it looks fancy, but I mean, so does the Zero when you look at it, the SRF.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I wonder if they'll solve that kind of like bottom heavy, weird handling situation.
As I see in a quote up here, there's a guy that's saying that their biggest push by Triumph was to maintain the correct center of gravity, which is what they needed for the right handling attributes. And that's a big thing in electric bikes that I've noticed so far, is that they carry their weight very strangely over a traditional ICE motorcycle, internal combustion engine, if we're keeping track of the acronyms here. But yeah, I mean, that was for me the biggest change when I rode the Zero around, which is actually gone from the shop. It went back home. But yeah, it felt weird a little bit, right? You could tell there was a lot of weight up top and in the bottom.
It was ponderous and heavy,
yeah,
I would say. It had a good suspension. It had good brakes and everything. But it felt funny.
Yeah.
It felt long, too. It felt very long when you were sitting on it. So they're really trying to make this look and feel like a normal motorcycle, which I think is cool and important.
It is cool, and Triumph has a great reputation for building very good, high-quality bikes, so I doubt they're going to put out a product that sucks. But do we have release dates on this, or is it a concept?
This is all concept stage.
Okay.
I mean, they have this like physical setup here, but as far as release dates, who knows at this point? We're probably looking at maybe next EICMA we'll see something.
Yeah.
So
I think it's now going to be kind of a mad dash for all these guys to build electric bikes. And honestly, I don't think that they're building them to really answer consumer demand so much as it's an insurance plan for the future.
Yes.
If and when governments say, hey, no more gas vehicles on the road, which is going to happen. I would say probably in the 2030s, 2040s, eventually these things are going to get phased out, which is sad, but better for the planet. I get it,
Yes.
but I think it's just them saying like, let's kind of keep some tech going here and keep these products going, but let's start thinking about that electric bike because we're gonna have to.
Yes, exactly. And it's they make a lot of sense. They're super low maintenance.
Yeah.
As long as all the electronics still work, all you got to do is like check your steering head bearings and then
fork oil
and clean your chain, and that's it.
Brake fluid. Yeah, it's super simple.
I think it was when I was looking at the two service for the MT-09 and Zero video, it was 15 service items for the Zero, and I think there were 30 or 40 items for the MT-09.
Yeah, just so many more moving parts, It's crazy. Crazy.
No more valve checks.
No more valve checks. Yeah, just like, Ducati's got you going there with no more valve checks with the, 36,000 miles on the Multi?
Yeah, I think so.
That's crazy. That's still crazy. But yeah, we'll be looking forward to seeing more about this TE1 here from Triumph. Pretty cool that they're debuting it. And again, I don't think it's going to be too far-fetched to think that in the next couple of months, couple of years, it's going to be like, Honda's got an electric bike, Kawasai's got an electric bike, Yamaha's doing this, Like, it'll be cool to see each manufacturer's take. Like, this makes sense for Triumph. It's like, we're basically just going to make a, electric speed triple.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually what I thought it was when I first saw this. I was like, it's an electric speed triple, but it's a different type of bike. So yeah.
Although, I mean, at 175 bhp, it's basically a speed triple.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah, it's a neat piece of technology, and I can't wait to actually see a physical concept instead of drawings.
Yeah.
So,
well, what's next up on the docket here, Spite?
Next is basically the exact opposite of advanced technology, and it's the Honda Grom.
Yeet.
We've got a new, I guess this would be Gen 3 Grom.
Yeah, and we've talked about this Gen 3 Grom before, but now apparently for the 2022 model year, it's got a whole bunch of changes, which is pretty good. When was this article dated, actually?
Let's see here.
Maybe the top?
Sometimes it's down here at the bottom.
Maybe it's at the top. I just want to see when this news came out.
3/4/2021.
Cool, so that is pretty new. So, all right, so there's quite a bit of things to talk about here with the Grom. So first off, as we mentioned previously, there's a new Grom. The styling is different now.
Yep.
So it's got these easy to remove panels so you can customize and make your Grom your own, which is a big thing in the Grom scene.
Yep.
Slightly larger fuel capacity, an LCD dash, which is new and updated. And the big thing, in my opinion, is 5 speeds.
Yep.
5-speed Grom, baby. That's pretty good.
It's probably still going to top out at 70 miles an hour.
Tops. And that's probably going to be achieved by a new 125cc engine that's got a little bit more pep in its step. Looks like a bit of a hotter engine in the Grom now. So
10-1 versus 9.3-1, which is actually a pretty big improvement.
Pretty big, yeah. And if anyone's ever ridden a Grom out there on Yamcast land, you will know that they are ridiculously slow because it's a Grom. It's not supposed to be fast, but to the point where you're like, this is almost too slow. You know, the Grom could use a little punch. You know,
make it a 250, big 250 single.
Make a baby 250 looking thing. You know,
although I mean, it's still classic Grom, man. I mean, like you can take probably all of your parts from your old Grom and slap it right on there.
Yeah.
You know, aside from maybe body panel stuff, but
I think the new body panel thing that they're doing is one of the biggest things, because I don't know if you remember when we did the Scrambler Grom, the body panels on the OG Grom are super annoying.
Yep.
Really annoying.
They're all basically one giant piece.
Yeah, and there's so many clips and plugs, like this 4-bolt situation they have on there. I'm like, that's great.
Plus, I mean, Groms spend as much time on 2 wheels as they do on the side of. I mean,
honestly, Honda should sell the Grom with quick release clips.
Yes,
you know,
like a race bike.
Yeah, literally. Yeah,
it's cool to see a more modern Grom, and I like what they're doing with this SP iteration where they have the fancy colorway and the bronze wheels. Looks kind of like the old CBR.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I believe there was also a big sprocket change, right?
Let's see. Engine and drivetrain, PGMFI. I'm not seeing anything on the sprockets
Yeah, no, the
yet.
rear sprocket changed. I saw that somewhere.
Probably just a slightly bigger sprocket, more torque.
Oh, here we go.
34 to 38.
Yeah.
So, definitely a little bit more torque.
Definitely more torque, and with that extra cog in the gearbox, you know, you can utilize that torque, and you can still achieve the higher top speed.
Yes.
Right? So, sweet. I like that.
Yeah, it's good to see. It's probably going to be a super tall 5th gear, though.
Yeah,
like
probably.
super duper tall.
Yeah.
I think my favorite part of this article, though, is the video they have with these 2 replicants.
These guys are so weird. You want to play some of it so we can watch it back?
I'm gonna go ahead and mute this. There's one part where they're talking about how one of them's got a race Grom, and just count the seconds here when it goes back to this next shot. 1, 2. I mean,
you talk about Honda being soulless, and then people are like, "No, Honda's not soulless." And then you got these 2 guys. You're like, "No, they're pretty soulless."
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
And apparently both of these guys are Grom owners, and I'm like, no.
I don't believe it. Also, I love how our video shows up right there. Our SEO is so good. We always pop up on YouTube, man. It's great. Fun fact, right now, if you type in electric motorcycle on YouTube, I think we're the #1 result.
Sweet.
For the Zero video.
Yeah. And that was the I got an electric motorcycle one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great thumbnail. But yeah, if you just type in electric motorcycle, boom, there we are. Done.
I think the coolest thing about this Grom is it's not much more expensive.
I think it's the same price, right? I remember when we bought the 2 Groms for the giveaway. I think I paid about $3,400 for them. And
you just have to pay an extra $100 for your SP version.
Yeah, and then you can get it with ABS for some reason. Do you think a Grom needs ABS?
A Grom is ABS. There were times when I could not get the rear tire on the Grom to lock up.
Yeah.
On the one that didn't. We had one with ABS and one without ABS.
Yes. Yeah.
And I could not get it to lock up.
Yeah. I love how that's got to be the fastest that I bought a bike and then it was dropped and abused for the Groms. Because like we took it out for the Grom Cup Challenge and the first day I like already binned it 2 or 3 times.
I think it had like 9 or 10 miles at the point where you did binned it.
Yeah.
After we had done our little like 30-mile-an-hour race across Lime Creek.
Yeah.
It was just pinned at Redline the whole time.
The Groms were fun.
Just you'd hear it rev up and then it would just drop like 50% of its RPM when you go to the next gear.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's great seeing the Grom kind of... The thing I like what Honda's done here is they really listen to the core Grom customer. You know, the Grom guy, right? Like the highly customized stunt Grom, you know, they realize that that's their customer. No matter what they want to sell you, is like, this is just a great mini bike to use around town. I'm like, no, degenerates buy this bike.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like, it's lean into that, you know? And I think they made all the right choices to lean into the Grom culture.
Maybe this is the way we get our Honda of old back, where they just embrace the Grom people and then just like squiddiness starts infecting the Honda culture. That would be great.
I'm still waiting for the VFR naked bike.
Oh my God, that would be so good.
That would be so sweet. But it's never going to happen.
So good.
It's never going to happen.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps up the topics that I had set aside for today.
Yeah, so that's all the news for this week. Now we're going to jump into the call-in section of the podcast, try to help some folks with their bike purchase questions. Let's get into it. Alrighty, everyone. Welcome to the call-in portion of our podcast. The way we do these is we actually accept call-ins from our Discord members over on YammieNoob.co. So if you want to join up on YammieNoob.co, you get access to our Discord server, the member meetup tool, all kinds of cool perks and benefits. You also get entered to win some free bikes, which is pretty sweet. And then you can hang out with us on stream and give us a call and hang out on the Yamcast. So right now, Spite's going to make an announcement on Discord, and then people can press and hold on his name on mobile and give him a call.
It's going to go straight in the announcements channel for you boys.
Was that picture-in-picture?
No, it's not.
Okay, good, because there's a thing there that no one else can see except Discord people. You saw it on the announcements, right?
Yeah, we're not picture-in-picture.
We can't do that, okay. Hamraz BB, you're on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Hey, what's going on? I know we've kind of talked about this on the Discord slightly, but I was thinking between the two, is the R660 and V2. A lot of people have been saying I'm spike size, so I'm like 6'2", 200. So I'm trying to figure out size. I don't know if Spike's ridden the R660 yet or not. I'm trying to figure if I'm going to fit it. Or if it's going to be a little cramped.
Yeah, so Spike has actually not ridden the R660 just yet.
I have sat on it a handful of times. And
did it feel cramped to you?
I will say that no matter which one you get, V2 or RS660, you're probably going to feel just a little cramped. I have a feeling that motorcycle was designed for a 5'6" Italian man.
Yeah, a freaking horse jockey.
Yeah,
basically. But it's still a comfortable enough place to sit. Yeah. So,
would you say the ergos are very similar, or different? Or the V2 is a little bit more aggressive?
They are pretty similar. I'd say the V2 is maybe like 15% more aggressive. The RS660 is pretty comfortable and nice to ride, but so is the V2, honestly. Yeah, I know it's probably
between the two different. I mean, like horsepower. I know there's a major difference, about 50 horsepower almost difference.
Yeah, the V2 is substantially faster for sure. There's no doubt. But real world, the RS660 will keep up anywhere with it, honestly. Yeah, unless you're just highway racing with your buddies. But yeah, the RS660 is a plenty fast enough bike. When you really get it on the boil, it's pretty quick. I mean, it makes 100 horsepower and weighs like 400 pounds. So it's no
If you
slouch.
had to pick between the two, what would you go with? I mean, the V2 definitely is prettier for sure. But
Yeah, I think I would pick the RS, honestly. Having ridden the RS and having ridden the V2, like the V2 is cool, don't get me wrong, and it's a Ducati and it's a Panigale. It looks really sexy and it's really nice, but I don't know, the RS660 just tugs at my heartstrings. It's just this nice little package.
yeah, and then there's the maintenance is much probably less on the Aprilia too.
Yeah, probably. I would not want to incur service charges on a Panigale. No thanks.
No.
No thanks.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm gonna fuck with some Desmos at home.
Yeah. I'd say go with the RS, man. That would just be my opinion, but definitely go and sit on each of them. I know it's probably harder to go and sit on an RS right now because they're not anywhere, I don't think, just yet.
Yeah, no, I've seen V2s. We have the Ducati dealer, but then we have one that does MV and Aprilia here in Virginia, but I hear they're kind of shitty, like as far as to deal with. Like they don't have the best reviews as far as the dealership. The Ducati one, super great reviews, but not the. It's actually Ducati Harley dealer, which is really weird.
That is weird.
That is super weird. Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, cool. Yeah, I was just trying. I know these are two bikes that you're kind of got a good amount of experience on, and I keep bouncing between the two. So I was trying to get some pick your brain on it.
Yeah, well, whichever one you go with, definitely drop a photo in the Discord. We'd love to check it out.
Sure, absolutely.
All
I'll
right.
just keep riding my Bonneville.
Sweet. All right, man. See ya.
Thanks.
All right.
All right. Let's see if Ride Red Bleed Blue is available.
Hey there, Ride Red Bleed Blue. You're on the Yamcast. How's it going?
So yeah, it's going to be a little out till I can buy another bike, but I'm really looking at either a Triumph Speed Twin or maybe the new Rebel 1100. Hoping to get more content maybe by you guys and some other creators, but kind of wanted to know your thoughts on the two bikes.
Interesting cross shop. I don't think I thought of that just yet, but I could see that. What do you want to do with the bike?
So yeah, I have an 07 CBR 1000, so I want something more comfortable but with a lot of punch. The thing I like about the new Rebel is cruise control is standard and it's already cheaper than the Triumph. I don't like forwards on cruisers, but I drove one with mids and really liked it.
Does the Honda 1100 Rebel have mids, Spike? Do you know?
I think you can get
right?
it with. I think it's one of those bikes where you can get mids or forwards,
okay.
depending on how you're feeling.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it has mids on it from factory.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, I haven't ridden either one of those two bikes. However, my gut says to go with the Rebel. I feel like you can't really go wrong, and the price is really right on that bike.
Yeah, that's what kind of drew me to it versus the Triumph. But I still think the Triumph is sweet.
Yeah.
But I really need something a bit more comfortable, and I've done a couple of big trips on the CBR, but I'm getting a little too old for my back to handle that anymore.
That's totally fair. I would not want to do a big trip on 1,000. Yeah, we'd have the R1, and I'd take it out for an hour, and I'd be like, I'm done. Okay, I'm done.
Oh yeah, I appreciate you guys' content on that, and as I'm about the same age as you guys, and I kind of agree with you, but I built that bike, so I can't get rid of it.
Yeah, I get you. All right, man. Well, yeah, that would be my choice is the Honda 1100 Rebel, but yeah, the Speed Twins. I mean, that's a nice bike too.
Yeah.
I love that parallel twin that Triumph makes.
Oh, it sounds so good. Well, thanks for your thoughts, guys. Hope you guys have a good evening.
All right, thanks, man. See ya.
Yeah.
Hey there, Blank. You're on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Hey, it's going great. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Sweet. We love to hear those. What can we help you with on your purchase question today?
My big question is, as a beginner rider, or I suppose not quite entry level, but just about, I've got kind of a thing for older classic Hondas. I really like them. My big kind of gripe though is that a lot of times either they're, they can be as expensive as, modern bikes, but with, a lot less tech, a lot less kind of flash to them.
Mm-hmm.
So my big question is, should I go for something that kind of emulates that sort of UJM feeling, either with maybe like that, I guess like the 2014 through 2017, CB 1100, or something more just, say kind of fuck it and just go with the old classics and try to get myself like a CB 750 or 1100 or something.
All right, so a couple questions. Would this be your one and only motorcycle?
At this point in time, yeah, I don't really have space for more than one.
Okay.
That then my gut says to get the newer one that's going to give you most of those feelings, and it's going to keep running right and won't cause you much of a headache. I have heard so many horror stories of old CBs and people can't get them to run right. I feel like here in Austin there are a dime a dozen like CB 400s and CB 750s that just don't run right, Spite, what do you think?
I think depending on how mechanically savvy you are, CB 750s are a very well-known quantity. There's a lot of people who know them really, really well. Any problem you have, someone else has had and has solved it. So if you're mechanically savvy, you could probably get it done. However, I am of the mind that it's better to ride than wrench. If you're spending more time riding and not having to think about the next thing you need to do to the bike, that's better than, having some purely authentic old school bike. You could also take a look at something like the TW800, which is literally the same deal, except instead of being an inline four, it's a parallel twin. I think it's the Kawasaki. The
TW800.
Or is it the TU800? It's one of the. It's. Let me pull it up. It's.
You're talking about the W800.
W800. Yeah.
I was like TW. I was like, what?
Yeah, it's the W800.
The
That's
W800.
the one.
Yeah. The dub. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Much simpler. Yeah. Only 2 cylinders.
2 cylinders. It's not fast, but I mean, none of those bikes back then were. So. And it's got, it's got everything you'd want.
Right. That's kind of like part of the reason why I really like the old stuff is because I grew up around a lot of resto mod kind of communities. So my thought has always been, if I got one, I wasn't gonna leave it like a stock bike. I was gonna try to, make it the coolest, quickest, modernized version of an old bike that I could kind of get it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I do like, kind of wrenching it. Although it is a little different for sure. You're right.
I'd say
and around
go ahead.
Cars and stuff like that. With cars, it's like, modifying an engine and a car from the old days to try to put it in a higher state of tune is a lot easier than it is for bikes, because bikes just seem to already be in a decent state of tune.
I'd say for your situation, maybe if you can, and this is something that is hard for a lot of people to do, but if you can afford to get one bike that you can run and ride all the time, and then have the other one as a project that you wheel out and work on and tinker, that would be probably the way that I would do it, especially with one of those old CB750s.
All right, well, that might just be what I have to do. Find some space or something like that.
Yeah. Well, hope that helps, man. I appreciate you calling.
Yeah, sure. Thanks for talking.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye. Hey there, Ether Joe. You're on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah, right on. Well, I'm a new member. So first of all, thanks for a really awesome community. I've had a lot of fun so far. And all right, so check it out. I've been going in circles about first bike. I just finished the MSF and I took it on like a tiny little scooter. So, I mean, like, I like the look of the R3. At the same time, people talk about SV650, but I took the MSF on a little teeny scooter. I rode my friend's Ninja 250 for like a morning, and it was good enough. And they're for like $1,900 right now. I'm like, even though you guys talk about like the Smart Villain or like the R3, do I just buy like a $1,500, $2,000 Ninja, drive it for like 2 months, and then figure out what I want in life, you know?
Yeah, well, I don't think 2 months is really long enough to really know what you want out of motorcycling just yet, since you're so fresh to it, you know. But I don't know your personal situation, but maybe it would make sense to just, you know, get a super cheapo bike, just pick up the skills, start riding, you know, and have some fun with it. I just recommend that folks get a newer, fresher bike because it's usually easier to run and ride it than to worry about something going wrong with it. So that's why we recommend the R3 and the Svartpill and those kinds of bikes. But if you think you're going to get bored with the power, that is a consideration some people have. Look at the 650 class. You know, check out SV650s. Those are a great bike. You definitely won't be bored of that one. It's probably going to scare you a little bit when you first get on it, honestly. But that would be my bet. Spite, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, SV650 is a great option.
And you can get those for about $2,000, $2,500 too, you know?
Yeah, because especially if you go with later Gen 1 where it's gone from carbureted to fuel injected, or if you get one from the Gladius years.
Yeah. Nobody wants those anyways.
Yeah, exactly. So you can get them cheap.
Right. These days, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp. I mean, I tend to look at all three. Where do you guys tend to go?
Man, honestly, those sites for very cheap bikes are kind of a shit show. We found that out recently trying to buy a crappy bike off of there. I like Cycle Trader a lot. I find that people who are a little bit more reputable list privately on there. Craigslist honestly has gotten better because it actually, you need to spend $5 to list a bike on there. So those are my two main go-tos. Also, dealerships, you know, you can usually negotiate for used bikes on there. They have decent options as well, but they usually upcharge a lot. Despite your preferred methods. A friend as well. If you have a friend selling you a bike, that's great too. I just thought of that.
Yeah, I would buy from somebody you know who has done the maintenance, if you can. And then beyond that, I just scroll through and hope, you know. If I find the right bike and the guy gets back to me, great. If not, oh well. You know, I've been burned spending too much money on a used bike. I've been lucky to not spend very much money on a used bike. So it varies depending on, you know, which platform.
So depreciation on a new R3 first year, say. I mean, what do you think is reasonable? Maybe I just budget for that, you know? What do you think is a reasonable? Because they seem to sell pretty high. That's
the thing, yeah. If you buy one brand spanking new from a dealership, you're probably looking at like, at best case scenario, like $5,800, honestly, maybe $6,000, something like that. When you turn around to sell it a year later, if you haven't abused it too much, you can probably get like 48 for it, 46, something like that. Best case scenario. So you're looking at a depreciation of about $1,200 over the year, which kind of stinks. But you got a brand new bike to use for a year for $1,200. So to me, that's pretty good.
Thanks, guys.
Great, you're welcome,
great
man.
Stuff. Thanks. All right.
All right, talk to you later. Hey there, Kenneth. You're on the Yamcast. How's it going?
I just first off want to start off by saying I'm a big fan. I've been following you basically since the start. I started to learn how to ride whenever you started making list videos. So I really
awesome,
appreciate
man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I got three main questions for you. I got an MT-03 about 2 months ago. I'm looking to put about $25K on it and then go for a second bike. And I'm looking at the BMW F850 and the Aprilia Tuono 660. And I was mainly wondering if you had to choose between an ADV or a street for, say, 3 to 5 years, because it's a good chunk of change, which one would you go for?
Man, I don't think I've ever held on to a bike for 3 to 5 years. It seems like they come and go much more frequently than that. But It depends on the type of riding you want to do, and I know that's the thing I say a lot, but, you know, if you're going to be doing big highway miles, big long distance, the ADV is the way to go. You're going to love that. But if you're going out with your buddies, carving up some canyons and stuff and doing big twisty road rides, you're going to want the 210 660 for sure. That would be, I mean, you can't go wrong with either one of those bikes. The F850 is a great middleweight displacement ADV. The 210 660 is just like the RS 660, but with handlebars, basically. Yeah. I don't know. It depends on the type of riding you want to do. So what kind of riding do you want to do?
I would like to be able to do a lot of camping. I'm a really active person. I do a lot of stuff like that, kayaking and stuff. But I like to get low in a corner, and I'm worried about kind of, those knobbies and trying to keep a lot of traction when, getting low at a high speed.
Well, the ADV is it's pretty competent as a street bike and as a cornering machine. You know, it's not like a dual sport where it's going to get flighty on you and kind of weird on the side of the tire and the knobs. And a lot of ADVs you can get with like proper kind of 50-50 tires, like a Pirelli Rally Scorpion, that actually works pretty well as a street tire. What's the last ADV you rode? The Tiger 850, right?
Yep.
That felt pretty good mid-corner, right?
Yeah, it felt really good,
Yeah.
honestly. I mean, it was just so well balanced. Although I think, was it on 17s or 18s? I don't remember.
It was on a 19 cast front end and a 17 rear.
And, the F850 is going to be very similar.
I think the F850 has a 21.
Does it?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, because it's like the more off-roady kind. But that, it's still good.
Yeah, no, it's a solid bike.
So I think if you like going camping and going, on some fire roads and forest trails to get to the campsite, an ADV would suit you well. That'd be my choice. But you were saying you want to put 25,000 miles on an MT-03. God bless you, man. I don't think anyone's done that, right?
Nope.
That's a lot of mileage on MT-03.
I put 3K on it in a little under 2 months. So.
Sweet.
Jesus Christ.
That's great.
And I guess my last question was just, I have the beginner membership for your the Yammie Noob Co. And I was wondering how I would get entered, I guess, for the intermediate bike giveaway, just in case I can win your Aprilia.
Yeah, so there's a couple different ways. You can upgrade your tier on the website, and you can also check out on the official rules how to mail in your entries totally for free. So if you send us a letter to the P.O. box, you'll get your entries in that way. You can also get merchandise, and then you can select your sweepstakes at the end there on the checkout, if I remember all the rules correctly. But I think those are all the ways you can get entered to win the intermediate bike.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. It's been great talking to you. Thank y'all for the content.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thanks so much for calling.
See you.
All right, see ya. Millennial Malays, you are on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Oh my God! Thank you, y'all. This is first time caller, long time listener.
Yeah, it seems like I think you joined recently, right?
Yeah, just recently I've been mucking it up with the meme maker group.
Yeah, I saw your avatar kind of floating around, and it really caught my eye because it's pink and it's an avocado with a ball gag, right?
I feel like it's the ultimate symbol of millennial life, Yep.
I would agree. Yeah. So, anyways, what's your bike purchase question?
Yeah, so I've discovered, as a lot of people who own motorcycles do, is that the perfect amount of bikes to own is the bike that you own plus one.
Yes.
And right now I'm kind of torn in the direction where I want to go, because like when I think of myself as a rider, like I want to learn and like develop my skills as a rider, and I think that there's a lot to learn like on the dirt as well as like on the track. So like right now I'm riding the Spartpillin 701, great bike, love it to pieces. But right now I'm kind of torn whether I should go kind of the Aprilia 660 route and go something a little bit more like Fast Boys, maybe do a couple track days and stuff, or if I should go more along the lines of dual sport, hard enduro. Like I want to do go do the Tat Trail, and yeah, so I'm just kind of figuring out what do you think would be a better route to go in terms of like developing skills,
Well, let me ask you
And-
this. You've got a very interesting bike right now in your stable in that you can actually try some of those activities without too much effort or difficulty. Because this Farpillin 701 makes a pretty decent little trail bike, light forest road bike, and you can totally go rip it up at a track day and get your feet wet. So have you done any off-road riding or track day riding yet?
I actually haven't, and I hear a lot of people saying like it's a secret scrambler, and to be honest, like, because I live in the Pacific Northwest, and
Man, you're in the golden place for that stuff. That's great.
oh yeah, and like I've already got some mods on order. You know, I got a tank bag, gonna throw some saddlebags on there. I want to kind of turn her into like a back roads, forest roads, like camper kind of mobile. You know, go anywhere. I guess like what I'm thinking of is with the Aprilia, because my grail bike, the one that eventually I would love to own, is a RSV4 210.
Nice.
And
we were just
I'm
riding
just
that
thinking-
yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good bike.
The 210 is very good.
Yeah, I'm just figuring out like which route would be better to kind of go towards that. Do I need to go fast boy route or?
So here's my advice. Number one, life is very long. You could be a fast boy for a couple years, and then you could be a hard enduro boy for a couple years after that. I know plenty of guys who've been motorcycling for 20 plus years, and sometimes their interest, maybe for a couple years, they're really into off-road riding, and then they kind of come back to track day riding. So number one, don't feel like you got to pick and choose right now. And number two, like I said, you've got a great bike that you can start experimenting with, right? Take your Farpillin out on a forest road, just bone stock as is. And then if you're able to, go and take it to a track day and just see how it feels and kind of figure out what you like to do with motorcycles. Because I know for some guys, they might think that they want to go out to the track, and then they go out and they're like, well, this isn't exactly what I was looking for. And then other guys try off-road riding and they're like, well, this also isn't exactly what I was looking for. But you don't know until you try. Spite, any feedback?
Yeah, no, I'd say, I always come back to my DRZ experience.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to hate it. And then, I now have 2 supermotos, and one of them is a DRZ.
Yeah.
That doesn't currently work, but we're working on that. But, it's just go out and play around. I mean, we're trying to get Whitney to scramble her 701.
Yeah. Whitney, our content contributor, who you've seen a couple videos maybe, she has a Farpillin 701. And we were actually just talking today because she was rolling around with us on her 701, and Spite was like, oh man, you got to take that off-road. And I was like, no, it's too pretty to go off-road. And she was like, I might want to try scrambling it,
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I would say.
Well, funny story about the 701 is I rolled her out from the dealership, 30 factory miles, no response in the clutch lever.
Oh, that's the slave cylinder.
Yeah, I know. So it's like, I was like, nothing sums up European bike ownership than 30 miles out the factory. Something's broken down.
I had the same thing on my bike.
Yeah, it's fantastic when you ride it, but then again, like, it's a good thing. I like looking at it.
This is a safe space. We're all Euro simps here. You can do whatever. It's okay. We all make excuses for it. I tell myself that every time I gotta buy parts for my Triumph, I'm like, it's okay. It's got a 3-cylinder. It's so special, But yeah, we make excuses for our Euro bikes.
Yeah, it's an abusive relationship.
Oh, for sure.
All right,
for sure.
Well, thanks, y'all.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. Glad to have you on here. Appreciate it.
All right, take care.
See ya. Hey there, Rhaegar. You're on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Hi. Thank you for taking my call. I love all your content. I've been following you for the last 2 years.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, and I have a 2019 SV650. I bought it new. It's been close to 10K miles now.
Awesome.
I haven't done. Yeah, I love it. I love the ride. And it's been like I haven't done any race like track days or like weekend rides. Now I'm trying to take it out on a weekend ride and trying to make some little mods here and there to make it like tour ready. But my question is, I got bike fever and I'm just thinking on the lines. I'm not buying right now, but what would I graduate to from here? I have like your thoughts basically. I have few bikes on mind, but I was thinking XSR 900, Speed Triple, or KTM Super Duke. But again, like
that'd be a big jump.
Yeah,
that's a big jump. Yeah,
big jump. I mean,
yeah.
even the XSR 900 is going to feel like a big jump for a little bit too.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: you said you hadn't done track days yet, that kind of stuff. Are you interested in doing a track day and getting on the racetrack, or is that not really something that you're thinking of?
I want to try once just to see if I really like it. And again, like I wouldn't make that decision of buying the next bike before even experiencing and seeing if I really want it.
Yeah.
And like you said in your cruiser videos, it's starting to kind of like hurt my back now with my current SV650. So I'm like, do you really need a bigger bike?
Yeah.
But still, yeah. But I'm not. I was initially interested in cruisers, and then I realized though the horsepower is all high because it's all heavy, it's not giving me that sporty vibe anyway. So I'm more on the naked end, but I just want to see. Like initially when I started with SV, it was fun going on like my sixth gear at like 70 to 80 range. But now it feels like can I go on another bike which is like third gear or fourth gear and I can still hit that speed? So.
Yeah. So apparently from what I'm hearing is it's important to stay in a certain ergonomic position for you. You want to be more upright, kind of take it easy on your back type of thing.
I don't mind going down, but I don't know. I wouldn't do on like a long trip, right? So.
Well, let me ask you this. You mentioned KTM Super Duke. I don't know if you know, but KTM makes a less crazy bike. There's the KTM 890, which is a really good bike from what I hear. It's basically just as torquey and fun as the XSR 900, but basically better in every way.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you say like it's
absolutely.
Yeah, everyone says they handle like a dream.
They call them the scalpel.
Yeah.
And it's the 790 is the scalpel, the 890 is the super scalpel.
Yeah.
It's got all the cool tech on it. It's basically a spaceship on two wheels. And it has that 270 crank, which gives it that really great note. And, I mean, it's the Kiska design. Everybody loves that.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be my recommendation for your step up. If you want something upright, comfortable, a little bit more of a flavor and panache and kind of cool to ride, you can't go wrong with an 890. Do you remember the price on those?
The 890s are, I believe, right in the 12,000 US
Oof,
range.
That's pretty spicy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, they're a spicy bike. They're basically, because it's got all the tech from my SMCR and more.
Yeah.
But, I mean, for what they're offering in that motorcycle and in its range of competitors with the RS and Z900 and all that, it's kind of the king of the
pretty good.
Intermediate naked bike.
I would say the value proposition is the Z900. That's a great bike too. So, yeah, I would say look at those kind of like, 900-ish cc naked bikes. Those are all great nowadays. So
yeah. Sounds good. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, you're welcome, man. Happy hunting. Appreciate it. Hey there, Gunpoint Llama. You're on the Yamcast. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. What's going on?
Not much. I think you're the last call of the night, so what can we help with you on your bike purchase question?
I was just kind of hoping to get you guys' input on good, secondary bikes. So currently I have a 2015 Yamaha R3. It's my first motorcycle. And I do plan to take it to the track eventually because that's something I'm interested in. So I don't want to quite get rid of it. And if I do end up liking the track, it's something I would possibly like to use as my first track bike. So I guess what I'm trying to get your input on some good secondary bikes. I'm kind of leaning towards more something comfortable because I'll put 100 city miles on a bike in a day when I go out riding. So I was kind of thinking a CB, what 80 CB as a little project have a running bike. I was also seeing an SV650 because road tripping is something I'm interested in. So I was just kind of trying to get your guys' input on that.
The world is your oyster. Let me think here. So if you want to do road tripping, my gut says touring bike or ADV bike for sure.
Yeah, those are definitely. I've definitely looked into ADV bikes like a V-Strom or something like that.
If you want to stay in the Yamaha family, my gut says Tenere 700.
Yep,
that's a sweet
Tenere
ride.
700 is a sexy bike.
Yeah, that's a good bike. I've been dying to ride one for a while now.
And you can goof around off road.
Yeah, really, it's a competent off-road bike.
I have not had a whole lot of off-road experience.
Yeah, that could be the one, man. That's a good
All
bike.
right.
And you stay in the Yamaha family and just flex on everyone. Just like, I got a
Absolutely.
10 or 700 and an R3, you know?
Most reliable brand. No one beats them.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So we've got one. Let's try this guy, CNY. Let's take his call real quick. Hey there, CNY. You're on the Yamcast. How's it going?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going? I saw you on the live chat and you said no, and then I recognized the icon on Discord. I was like, we got to talk to this guy. So what can we help you with?
Well, I was talking to you a couple of days ago in the actual Discord about my question, and maybe we can get a little more direct with it. So I did my MSF last year, and my only seat time is on, ironically, what you guys were talking about earlier, a Vulcan S. But I'm super into the kind of the street nakeds and everything, and that's where I want to start for my first bike. But I have a concern, and that's that I'm 6'3", 275. I went to go sit on a Honda CB, and I felt like I swallowed it whole.
Yeah.
I sat on it was a CB650, and I feel like I eat that bike alive sitting on it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's a bike that you'd recommend based on my size that's kind of in the 650 family, but that I won't feel like I dwarf the bike.
Yeah, I would say the MT-07 sits a little bit more open and wide. You can also, here's a big thing too, you can get different handlebars that are a bit wider, and so that way you've got a bit of a wider stance over the bike, so you don't feel like you're just swallowing it whole and kind of cramped over it, right? So you could buy like a new MT-07 or something and then get a wider set of bars to kind of help you open up your stance and kind of get a little bit more comfortable on the bike. You can get adjustable rear sets too to kind of make yourself a little bit more comfortable on there. That's what I would recommend. Splint, what do you think as a bigger rider yourself?
I mean, the most comfortable motorcycles I've sat on are ADV bikes and supermotos for me, honestly, because it allows me to, stretch my legs out, sit nice and upright, wide stance in the handlebars.
Maybe a DRZ is the right bike for him.
Yeah, I mean, a DRZ would be... my DRZ has a even taller seat than the stock one. It's probably about 2 or 3 inches taller than stock.
Your bike's stupid tall.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And it's really comfortable. So, and I mean, DRZ's got a million, billion, jillion parts in the aftermarket.
Yeah.
So maybe take a look at that. And it'll handle just as well, especially if you get the Supermoto, as most 650 naked bikes.
For sure, yeah.
Right, like, I guess, like I said, I sat on the CB and I just swallowed it whole. I haven't gotten a chance to sit on an MT-07. I did sit on an 09, and it felt reasonable, but an 09 just feels like too much bike for me.
They are a lot, yeah.
I didn't know the 7 versus the 9, if the ergonomics part of it was close enough that the 7 would feel kind of like the 9 for me sitting on it.
The 9 is really unique. It has a very upright, very strange stance to it. The 07 sits like a way more normal naked bike, so that is a little different. Man, I'm trying to think of other bikes that would fit that are more kind of bigger rider. I think ADV bikes and dual sports are a great option for those who are a bit larger. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the DRZ SM would be my choice. If I was going to do it all over again, I probably would tell myself to start on a DRZ 400 SM.
Honestly, yeah, if I were to do it all over again, I'd get a WR250, no doubt. That would be my first bike. Yeah.
Okay, I haven't even looked at a DRZ, to be honest. So that's
go sit on one, see how you feel.
into.
I'm sure it'll fit a little better than the small sport nakeds.
And then I just as one last little caveat piece, do you think something like maybe an XSV?
XSV.
What
is that?
Sure.
Am I saying it wrong? What's the Yamaha? The 799
the XSR.
company?
Oh, the
XSR,
XSR. Okay. Those
I think
fit.
that's.
They fit basically the same as well. I mean, it's the same frame, same. The XSR 900 sits basically like the MT-09, kinda, and
They're
700.
a little bit more open, I think.
A little bit, yeah, but you're not going to notice much. It's a styling exercise on those.
So you don't think it'll really change ergonomically for me being as big as I am?
No, not really. But the XSR 700 has a bit of a longer feel to it than the MT-07, and so maybe you'll feel like you're not completely swallowing that bike up.
Right.
Yeah. So hope that helps, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Alrighty.
All right, everyone, that's going to wrap up our call-in portion. Thank you so much for the calls. I feel we get some good ones today, sorting out those beginner purchase questions. And now we're going to move over to the meme contest of the week. We have Spite's visage being memeified this week. And if you want to see that full audio-visual experience, if you're listening to this on Spotify or any of the other podcast apps, you're going to have to go over to YouTube to check it out. So, Spite, what do you say we roll over and start looking at these memes?
Let's do it.
Alrighty, everybody, welcome to this week's meme contest. I don't know about you guys, but I do look forward to this every week. We get some fun submissions. It's the great way to see the creative prowess of the Discord boys. We see some pretty good stuff. So this week, we had a special one. I was on the chopping block 2 weeks in a row, and I was like, you know what? Let's put you on the chopping block for a change.
Yup.
So we had everyone make memes out of the Cardo ad that we did for one of the full production videos that went live, I think 2 weeks ago, where you're showcasing the Cardo app.
Yep.
And then you take off your helmet and blow everybody a kiss. And I was like, that is a memeable moment. Let's do that one. So we've got some pretty great submissions this week from those. And we're rating them on the normal creativity and funniness, right?
Yep.
Do we have quality up there? Or?
I feel like creativity and quality kind of
go hand in hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's dive right in with Drift and Fish. Once you get your nice, fancy, high quality.
You don't want to call them nerd goggles today?
Nerd goggles. I'm trying really hard to not call them goggles.
I do too. Now you've infected my brain. All right, let's check out the first one
from Drift and Fish.
Nice. Of course, it's me eating falafel in the background. Oh man, that's good. Damn it, that's good.
I like that a lot.
Drift and Fish has always got some good entries.
Yeah.
I feel like he's won or podiumed quite a few times, huh?
Mm-hmm. He's still on a
regular.
cooldown.
He's a regular Joanne Mir over here. Look at him go.
Alrighty, so Drift and Fish starting out good with the creativity.
Yeah, I gotta give that like an 8, I think.
Yup. And he was pulling from a bunch of different sources too.
Yeah, no, that was good.
And funniness?
Like an 8.5. That got a good chuckle out of me.
Yeah, that's an 8.5. 16.5, starting strong. Excuse me. Moving on up, we got Shippers.
So it's me with Intensify Your Ride with KTM.
Okay.
I don't think I understood that one.
Me neither.
So it was me and like showcasing a
KTM half off thing for power parts, and then me. Maybe
it was you getting excited about the half
about
off
Euro
power
simping.
parts.
Yeah,
maybe that was it.
I could see that.
I could see that.
Okay, so creativity.
Creativity. What do you think? Like a 6.5?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a little hard to follow.
And funniness?
We really didn't laugh because we didn't get it. It's maybe like a 4.
Yeah.
Sorry, Shippers.
And that is a 10.5 for Shippers. Moving on, we got Rob77.
Is it a video or is it just that?
Nope, it's just that.
So it's the song Here I Go Again on My Own?
Yep.
And there's a typo with a slash at the end because you did it too fast?
Mm-hmm.
Man.
That's a little rough.
That's a little rough, Rob. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
you got to remember, Rob, you are dealing with some top tier meme makers here on the Discord server. You have got to come correct, unfortunately. Yeah.
So creativity.
I think this is like a 3.
Yeah. And funniness.
I think it's like a 2.
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah. I got no reaction from me.
That's a rough 5 right there.
I'm sorry, Rob.
Next one up, we got Ether Joe with another image.
So similar as to the other one, it says, "Look so good, make a grown man cry, sweet cherry pie." And it's you with the helmet kind of looking over. So same thing, a lyric from a popular kind of sexual song from the 80s, and then you.
Yep.
Well, we were pretty brutal in the other one, so we might be pretty brutal this way too. Okay, creativity. That's a top text, bottom text. Just the lyrics from a video.
Yep.
3.
And funniness.
This one was a little funnier, I think. Maybe like 2.5.
Yeah.
We're brutal today.
5.5.
All right, who's up next?
Next one, we've got A1 Aces.
Okay, so once and for all Biscotti, Spite's new writing group. And
they got me over here. Photoshopped onto the knight right
That's
there.
Such a good Photoshop. You do look like a knight or something. That's ridiculous. Everyone's knighting the Ducati, but they should have done a KTM.
It should have been a KTM.
Should have been a KTM. You don't simp for Ducati. You simp for KTM. Everyone knows this. That's pretty good.
So close, though.
So that's a Three Musketeers thing, I think, right?
It must be.
Is that Ewan McGregor on the left?
It looks like Ewan McGregor.
It does look like him.
It's like
Maybe it is him.
I'd love to hang out with Obi-Wan Kenobi one day.
That'd be fun. He's a motorcyclist.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be great. He's an electric motorcyclist now, but I think we could find common ground.
Yeah.
All right, I like that one. That was pretty good.
Creativity.
I
good
wanted
Photoshop.
Yeah, they're like a 7.5.
Yeah. Funniness.
Got a good chuckle out of me that you do look like a Three Musketeers. That was good. 7.5, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah, that was nice.
15. That is a current second place. Next up, we got Bad Assler.
All right. Always bringing some heat, Bad Assler.
Now a word from our sponsors.
Pantene Smooth and Sleek transforms hair, leaving it gorgeously smooth so that you feel in control.
Today I don't want to hide my face. I want to frame it.
Pantene, the power of hair.
Oh, that works so well.
New Pantene Grow Strong. Pro-V infused with bamboo and biotin. Helps reduce hair loss
Oh
for
my
stronger,
God.
longer hair.
Awaken your hair
And your power. Pantene, the power
Dude,
of
that
hair.
works so well.
Let your hair get naked too. New Herbal Essences Naked. Get it now with our exclusive online offer.
Son of a bitch.
It works so well.
How many did he make?
Ultimate strain from L'Oreal Paris.
That's the power of beautiful hair. Every day, because you're working.
Jesus Christ, those are so good. He gave us 4 of them.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, literally, basically what you're showing there's just like you take the audio from Eddie hair commercial and it just works. Oh, man, we got to put those on Instagram. Those are too good, man. Those are so funny. Yeah, I knew someone was going to do that because that's what we thought of whenever we made it. You know? Oh, that was great.
All right. Creativity for Bad Assler.
So here's where I'm struggling because like it was really funny, but it was like pretty much what I expected people to make, you know?
Yeah.
So was it super creative is the question.
I feel like it's like a 6 to 7.
I think let's do 6.5 for creativity because I feel like that was intended to be made. But
Yes.
the funniness was great. I
Yes,
think it was like
really
a
well
9
executed.
for funniness, like super funny.
Agreed. 15.5.
Yeah.
New second place. Next up, Poe.
It just worked so well.
It was perfect. The like length was
The
perfect.
length of it, yeah. Oh my god. And just your weird, like you just keep staring at the camera, kind of deadpan, while the commercial's still going. We could probably do like an honest to God, like just whole hair commercial with just you doing that and different things, and I think that would just hit so hard.
It'd be really funny.
It'd be so funny if for one of the videos where we have just the Yammie.co pitch, it's just that's our sponsor for the day, you know? We come up with the fake shampoo thing.
We go out to it's just like back in the day when Alex Jones went out to Hamilton Pool.
Yeah.
And he was out there.
He's just kind of waiting in the water.
Yep. And I could just do the thing where I flip my hair back.
Yeah.
That would be great. Oh, just so many meme potential.
Yeah.
All right. Poe is up next with, I believe, another photo.
Poe, with the top text, bottom text, he says, when you're riding your Turbo Busa and some 600 wants to race, and you just look with the face of dominance with the long hair. Man, Yeah, I can't. Well, yeah. No comment on Turbo Busas.
No comment.
No comment on Turbo Busas. Wink, wink. No comment.
Creativity here?
Okay, like a 4.5, I think. What do you think?
I think
it's top text, bottom text.
Yeah, and we gave those other ones a little savage. Maybe like it is motorcycle related, I guess, but I don't know.
I think we're struggling here. Yeah, a 3. Yeah.
Funniness?
I think like a 3.5. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, Holly Violet, with one that I think is going to blow your earballs out.
The crazy clipping actually adds to it a lot. It adds to the meme factor. Yeah.
That one, when I pulled it into Premiere, it was just completely level.
Just a brick of sound. I
was like, oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
All right.
There's so many great like producer memes. It's like that. It's just a screen cap of that, and the mixing or mastering guy's like, no, it sounds great, bro. That's perfect. Just slap a limiter. It's done. Okay, so it's a simple but effective one, I think.
Yep.
I want to give for creativity like a 5.
A 5.
Yeah.
Funniness.
I think also like a 5, you know?
A 5.
Pretty funny.
10. Kind of just right down the middle.
Yeah.
Next
all right.
up,
now I feel like we've got our ringers for the next couple ones, right?
Yep. We got German A2 boy coming in with a video. Make sure we're...
That was awesome.
I feel like German A2 boy's back.
Yes, he's back. Well, because I think some people have been coming for his crown.
Oh, yeah.
Some people have been saying this, we can make better memes than him. He's like, no, you can't.
All right, so creativity for German A2 boy.
Pretty good. I think like an 8 for sure. Yeah, that was solid.
Hunting down all those different clips and cutting them up.
Yeah.
Funniness.
Pretty funny. I think like a 7.5.
A 7.5.
Yeah.
That's a 15.5. We've got a tie between German A2 boy and Bad Assler.
Oh, man.
All right. Next up, Zintarian.
All right. Let's see what Zintarian has provided us.
А если вы выберете подписку за 1000 рублей, вы получите...
Жена, девка. Я больше не хочу быть возбужденным. Я просто хочу быть счастлив.
All right, that was good. Fuck. God damn it. Oh man, let's watch that again. That was so funny. So that was when you sign up for Yammie.co and then instead
А если вы выберете подписку за 1000 рублей,
choose the high horsepower side. You get extra for
Я больше не хочу быть возбужденным. Я просто хочу быть счастлив.
What the fuck is that from? That is so funny. Oh man. Oh, that's good. Son of a bitch. That's one of the funniest entries we've had in a while.
Swing it for the fences with that one.
That's really good. Oh man. Man, that might take it. That's fucking... Man, these other entries better be good. God damn it.
Right, for creativity.
Man, like an 8.5. That was good.
Yep. And then I think for funniness, that's a 10.
It's a 10. That's a 10.
18.5.
Number 1 in the lead.
All right, next up, we've got UKA1 boy. boy, here we go.
Challenged. That was a twist. Got a face reveal from him.
Wow.
He looks like he could be your cousin or something. That's crazy.
My UK cousin.
Yeah, your UK cousin. Damn, Blood already put 2 in the chat. We got a guy for UK 1 boy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, damn.
All right. So, creativity here.
I liked it. That was pretty good. I think like a 7.5.
A 7.5, yeah. Kind of coming at it with a different angle today.
Yeah, I did not expect that. That was good.
Challenge issued. Shots fired.
Yeah.
Funniness.
I think it was pretty funny. I did not expect that. That was pretty funny. How about a 7.5?
A 7.5.
Got a good chuckle out of me.
That's another 15. We got a lot of guys right around the 15 mark there. Next up is Asocial, and Asocial did create a website to go with his meme.
That is crazy. So that's already going to start. That's the first time we've ever had that happen.
We have a website to go with the meme.
We have HarleySimps.com, right?
How is that not already taken?
I know. Oh my God.
So let's see what's in the video first.
You lost your girl to that douchebag on the Royal Enfield Himalayan. Now Himalayan your girl. Now there's a site you can go out and find that special someone to share your obsessive love of overpriced chrome and extended warranties.
Oh, man.
Join us on HarleySimp.com.
Oh, my God.
I like the Himalayan your girl. That's great.
God damn, dude.
So let's go to HarleySimps.com.
This is crazy.
Yup.
This is some next level entries. What the fuck?
There we go. And it all leads to all of the clickables lead to this page,
which is fair. He's not going to build a whole website, but the fact that he went and registered HarleySimps.com.
Yup. Alas, this page is simply a construct for the meme contest. Entry taken way too far by someone who obviously has too much time on their hands.
Fuck, this is good. And then Sons of Anarchy hoodies are not required, but are encouraged at the top of their simp login. Aw, damn it.
A lot of detail went into this one.
Damn it, this is good. The video was really good too, and the voiceover and everything.
Yes.
I think this is a 10 and 10.
Yeah, let's watch this one back.
God damn, that was good. Himalayan your girl.
You lost your girl to that douchebag on the Royal Enfield Himalayan. Now Himalayan your girl. But now there's a site you can go out and find that special someone to share your obsessive love of overpriced chrome and extended warranties. Join us on HarleySimp.com.
Oh my God, it's so good. Holy shit.
So good.
Oh, no, that's a 10 and a 10.
That is a 10 and a 10.
That's a 20. Fuck me, that's good.
That is so good.
God damn, this week's contest came with some fire. Holy moly. All right, last entry.
Millennial Malaise.
God bless you. Hope you can keep up with that. That was really good. Okay, video. Countdown.
When I was 7, my father said, fashion fades, but beauty is eternal. Elegance is elimination. Blue is a language. Love and obsession is separated by a thin line. And that line is infatuation.
Nice. That was really good. I like that. Yeah.
Unfortunately,
it's not as good as the other one, though. Damn.
Yeah.
God damn, Asocial. Fuck, dude. That's like a new standard.
Swinging for the fences.
That's crazy. But that was good. That last one was very funny. All right, so creativity for that one. I like the whole, like, you know, it was a video, the voiceover from like a fashion thing. I think like an 8.5. That was really good.
I agree.
Yeah.
And funniness.
I think like what do you think? Like it's somewhere between an 8 and a 9. I feel.
I'm feeling like an 8.
I think an 8. Yeah, I got a good chuckle out of me.
So that's 16.5.
I will say, for honorable mention, though, Zentarians had me literally in stitches. That was so funny.
It was hysterical. So,
I do not wish to be horny anymore. I want to be happy.
We had
God damn it!
These guys
Even
really.
if he doesn't win, if he's not first place, but if he's not second or third, we're sending him a consolation prize. That was so fucking funny.
That was hysterical. All right, so first place definitely going to A Social here.
Yes.
Second place is going to Zintarian. He's the 18.5.
Awesome.
And everything else is 16s and 15s.
16.5 for Drifting Fish up at the top.
Yeah, so 18.5 is going to take it for
second place.
Zintarian.
Guys, good job this week. Holy shit, that was good.
You guys killed it.
God damn, this was one of the best weeks we've had.
And then now we have a throwdown between
Animal Malaise, or
Millennial
Millennial
Malaise and Drifting Fish.
Drifting Fish certainly had to have won, or I know he did.
I
right?
think he's on a cooldown. I need to verify against my spreadsheet, but I'm 90% sure he's on a cooldown.
Yeah.
So let's determine just in case.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there. So, excuse me. Millennial Malaise was the super high tone fashion thing.
Fashion.
And this is Drifting Fish.
They both had it's like basically the same premise, right?
I think that Drifting Fish wins here because of finding footage from so many different Yammie videos.
And he pulled the classic halal video.
Yep. I think it goes to Drifting Fish on that one. If he's eligible. If he's not eligible.
Well, go back and watch the Millennial one too, because the beat drop at the end was really nice too. You know?
Okay, let's pull that one up.
HarleySimp.com.
This was so good.
God damn it, that was so good.
When I was 7, my father said, fashion fades, but beauty is eternal. Elegance is elimination. Blue is a language. Love and obsession is separated by a thin line. And that line is infatuation.
The beat drops right when you blink. You know?
Yep.
That took some thought too. I don't know which one, man, honestly. You're leaning towards Drifting Fish?
I think I am, assuming that he's up, but I also, this one feels a little bit more polished, too.
Yeah.
Like, this one has a little bit more in it.
Yeah. Well, we have to say, too, Millennial Malaise is, I think, a brand new member, too. He came in strong with the meme, so that's commendable, you know?
Yep.
I like that. So let's give it to, since they're tied, we have to see if Drifting Fish is on cooldown, but, maybe we just do 2 third places this week.
Yeah.
Screw it, why not?
I mean, it would be really hard to...
It's hard to pick between the two, so
we'll have...
Screw it. We have a tie, and you know what? Fuck it. Today, because you guys did such a good job on the memes, there are 2 winners for third place. I'm feeling generous.
Alrighty, and then the next one down, we have we have to do Badassler versus German A2 Boy.
Oh, to figure out 4th place?
We got to figure out which one of them is superior.
Do we do 4th place prizes?
No, but I mean, we have German A2 Boy and Badassler. They're 2 most prolific meme makers,
and they're both on cooldown, so I guess it doesn't matter, right?
I think German A2 Boy's up, but I mean,
I don't know.
This is our 4th place. We don't do 4th places, but they're tied.
Okay,
we have to settle the skirmish.
Let's figure out,
here.
because I know that they're gonna do it for bragging rights on the Discord.
Yup. So
Badassler was the 4 perfect.
Yes.
Pantene and hair product. This was really good.
Ready? Yep. Pantene Smooth and Sleek transforms hair, leaving it gorgeously
Works
smooth so that you feel
I also like how he left in.
Today I don't
Are you
want
ready?
to hide my
Yep.
face.
Yeah.
I want to frame it.
Pantene, the power of hair. New Pantene Grow Strong. Pro-B infused with bamboo and biotin. Helps reduce hair loss for stronger, longer hair.
Awaken your hair and your power.
Pantene, the power of hair.
God, it's ridiculous.
Let your hair get naked too. New Herbal Essences Naked. Get it now with our exclusive online offer.
New Ultimate Straight from L'Oreal Paris. That's the power of beautiful hair.
Do you know what this reminds me of? Do you remember a few years ago, those guys in this random Ducati dealership did like a whole full calendar of them wearing like bikinis and stuff?
Yes.
God, that was so good.
That was
so
great.
funny.
That was a quality shit post.
Yeah. All right, so we had those, and then German A2 boy.
I don't remember German A2 boys off the top of my head. German A2 boy. Yep.
Yeah.
So in the battle between Badass and German A2 boy takes it.
Yes, he did. Yeah, so German A2 boy has the bragging rights, but the meme competition this week was so fierce that German A2 boy, typically our crowning boy, is 4th place tied.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I don't know where Asocial came out of, but he just knocked it out of the park this week. He must have had a slow week or something. So much time to... I mean, he made a whole website. The bar has been raised so high for the meme contest. It's crazy.
That was truly impressive.
That was impressive, yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed this week's Yamcast. We know we did. We had a lot of fun. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, if you want to join these live and submit us to memes, hit us up on YammieNoob.co. We'll catch you guys in the next one. See you later. Now, how you doing, partner? This video's over, but you click on this one right over here. You keep watching yourself some Yammie Noob. Maybe I bend my boots on this one. Maybe I'll give you some other funny memes or something like that. You might not know if you watch the video. So watch the video now, all right?